Caslon School and Caslon Road, names well known in Cradley. But why Caslon? According to the reference books and word of mouth passed down over generations, William Caslon was born in Cradley. The son of George and Mary Caslon, he was baptised on St George's Day on the 23rd of April 1693 at Halesowen Parish Church, as there were no other churches in Cradley at that time. William was the child of Dutch immigrants who came to England in 1688, following the Glorious Revolution when William of Orange became King of England. The family was probably attracted to Cradley by the iron trade and particularly by its involvement in the engraving of cabinet locks and hinges, gun locks, barrels and swords. We know that the family was of some standing, and in due course William was sent to serve an apprenticeship in the engraving of gun locks and barrels in London. In 1716 he opened his own engraving shop in London, becoming adept at making the tools necessary for his trade. He began to engrave brass tools and stamps for imprinting titles on leather-bound books. Soon his artistic ability and craftsmanship attracted the attention of several important booksellers and printers. They were dissatisfied with the crude printing type, mainly imported from Holland, and were convinced that Caslon could produce much better work. He was encouraged to cut type punches for presses, which he did very successfully. This led to the setting up of his type foundry in 1720, with £500 lent by three printers, Bower, Bettingham and Watt. The business was based in Helmet Row, London, where one of his first commissions was to design and cut the type for a psalm book and New Testament that the Society for Promoting Christian Knowledge were about to issue. Use of the Caslon, or as it was known, English type letterface, spread throughout Europe and the American colonies, with Holland losing its dominance in the field of printing. By 1737, William Caslon's company, Britain's first major type foundry, was based in Chiswell Street, London, an address from which his family would continue to trade for over 120 years. Now a prosperous man, William moved among the musical circles of London and arranged monthly concerts at his home, also in Chiswell Street, where one of the larger rooms housed an organ. The concerts were held on the Thursday nearest the full moon, so that guests could take advantage of its light to walk home safely, having drunk home-brewed beer as well as wine during the evening. Caslon counted Handel among his friends, and the great musician was often his guest artist. He was also friendly with John Wesley and Benjamin Franklin. William Caslon died on the 23rd of January 1766, aged 74. He was buried at St Luke's Church, Old Street, London. William's work remained extremely popular in the American colonies and was used for the first official printings of the Declaration of Independence and the United States Constitution. His typeface were used for most important printed works from about 1740 to the turn of that century. In the 19th century, there was a revival in interest in Caslon's original typeface, led by George Bernard Shaw and the arts and crafts movement. The company William Caslon founded survived in various forms into the 20th century. Even today, Caslon is a well-known font. Their connection with the very talented and widely respected man is something that the pupils of the school in Cradley, named after him, and the residents of Caslon Road can be proud of.